Chosen one Jesus. Rare people were ripped or hunted. Take that in. Because chosen ones, nobody else brags. Everybody wants a piece of you. Most couldn't digest your presence if they tried. Don't merely change energy as you enter rooms. Break illusions. Meeting you evokes ancient feelings. Definitely not heartburn. Real-time spiritual heart surgery. This fact will confuse you. Studies reveal that people are drawn to real people yet unconsciously detest them. Why? Because you reveal their facade. You don't blend in, play little, or dim your brightness to comfort nervous individuals. You weren't chosen for popularity. You were chosen to awaken. Believe me, awakeners are never popular. Ask any historical prophet, rebel, or visionary. No, you can't. Most were misunderstood, expelled, or worse. Why do people want you? Why do people orbit your energy like moths to a flame, but behave like you burn them when they come close? You represent something the world can't make. Genuine power without a trendy aesthetic or purchase. You're real. The kicker. You're not for everyone and never were. But that's not weak. It proves your selection. Prepare to learn why people covet your presence, envy your tranquility, and want to play in your orbit despite knowing they're not built for your gravity. A little stinging is excellent, which means it works. Let's begin. First, you awaken people's unfinished selves. They want and hate you because of that. You enter a room and interrupt it, not by force or words, but by being yourself. Your energy isn't just glowing, it shows. That's why you attract people but make them uncomfortable when they go close. You make them feel exposed, but they can't explain it. Because you're a mirror. You show everything raw, true, and unsolved, unlike the flattering sort. People don't understand they're not falling for you. They like how you make them feel. Weightlessness, clarity, and high-frequency truth follow you like a shadow. People feel like they touch something pure. Purity requires payment. Honesty is needed. Not many are ready for that. They project instead of acknowledging they're insecure, inspired, or shaken by your light. You're seen as frightening, haughty, cryptic, and profound. You merely force them to face pieces of themselves they've avoided for years. These people want peace, yet can't take war. Took to earn. The story behind your strength is not what they want. When they realize they can't borrow your essence without being transformed, they retreat, sometimes silently, sometimes with drama, but always with a tinge of perplexity, because they thought they were ready for someone like you, but didn't expect self-awareness. This is why so many desire you, but few can retain you. You weren't sent to soothe others. Activate something was your mission. That waking is tense. Resistance and truth accompany it. Truth is magnetic and terrifying when it wears your face. Number 2, you prove they could have healed but chose comfort. Many appreciate your power, clarity, and restored vitality, but few remember the cost. They see your calm eyes today, but not when they were crying. They praise your growth, but they didn't see the shattering stillness and nights you had to carry suffering alone. Your wisdom wasn't instant. You bled for wisdom. After you've crossed over, people act like you were always this grounded and sure of yourself. Your journey reminds them of the one they never took, making it easy to forget. They crave your peace like a spa treatment, yet they won't confront the storms you conquered alone. You opted to work, face the unpleasant truths, sit in solitude, and deal with your trauma without using it. This distinguishes you from them. You didn't arrive by chance or vibes. You came because you wanted to feel everything. When it would have been easy to numb out, lash out, or blame the world, you faced your mirror and did something scary. You altered. You're not healed because life was kind to you. You stroll around like that despite injury. Some individuals are uneasy because your evolution reminds them they could have chosen otherwise. They settled instead of doing the hard inner work. They survived with distractions and excuses. Now you enter rooms and softly proclaim healing. Your desire wasn't strong enough. That's not spoken. You can feel it. That tension, that admiration masked resentment. They want what you have, not who you became to achieve it. That's why you were chosen. To become what others were frightened of, not just endure. Third, they want to eat the fruit but not plant it. People love your shining self. Your strength, enthusiasm, and presence alone illuminate a room. They appear when the fruit is ripe, confidence is loud, glow is visible, and peace is undeniable. Where were they during planting seasons? When you were alone, healing and praying through nights that never ended, where were they? They wanted to celebrate your bloom but left when you broke. Most don't want the whole story, want the highlights. They want access to your healed, higher self without knowing how you got there. You endured emotional winters others never saw. You wept over unknowing betrayals. You learned limits, trust, and strength through suffering, heartache, and collapse. It wasn't just growth. You survived quietly, desperately, without cheerleaders. They behave like they've always supported you now that you've developed and walked with purpose and insight. They secretly know they didn't water your soil. They didn't check on you when down. They weren't there when you had nothing. Therefore, they don't deserve the harvest. Some think they deserve your energy because they showed up for the nice part. It works differently. Your life's fruit was never free. It required nighttime battles, silent healing, losing everyone and rising again. Now when others try to reap what they didn't seed, you see it as entitlement, not support or love. You no longer give everything away to feel seen. You're holy ground. On sacred territory, only certain people can pick the fruit. Fourth, you're a frequency, not a person. Most can't handle bandwidth. You're more than a quirky individual. You're a living energy signal on a wavelength most folks can't manage. Not silently, this frequency appears. It upends others' perceptions. You bring more than your personality into a room. You disrupt their carefully built reality with an invisible force. Their egos twitch, masks wobble, and cozy illusions disintegrate without them realizing it. Personal rejection isn't happening. Their neurological systems are responding to your energy. Their bodies, minds, and spirits aren't used to such unadulterated truth. You're receiving authenticity and understanding that most are emotionally and spiritually unprepared for. Their systems can't manage such intensity, therefore they resist. Always for self-defense, sometimes forcefully, sometimes distantly. Many who want to connect with you call you intense, too much, or unapproachable. They don't say it, but it's a protection against getting uncomfortable around you. Your frequency requires honesty, accountability, and presence. Anyone used to denial or distraction finds that requirement difficult. Actually, you're not here to lower your light or reduce your vibration to make others comfortable. Frequency is power, truth, and holy signature. Because you're more than a personality, those who can't handle the bandwidth shouldn't stay close. You change everything with your energy. That's why you were chosen. 5. They want you to be a mirror, but only if it serves their delusions. People want you to be their mirror, but only reflecting their desires. They seek love, validation, and mild ego-soothing reflections from you. They want you to nod, agree, and make them feel good enough, warts and all. When you stop reflecting comfort and start reflecting truth, everything changes. You become overwhelming or intense. They call you the issue. The issue is that you no longer allow them believe in themselves. You weren't designed to blast wounded egos. Your design wasn't about safety or convenience. You seek understanding, not comfort. This mirror doesn't lie or soften edges. You reveal what others deny to themselves. A world habituated to self-deception, denial, and half-truths fears that type of contemplation, exposing the hidden causes, fear, and resistance. People prefer a cozy deception to the hard truth, so they retreat or assault your character, anything to avoid your irritation. However, nobody likes to admit this. They secretly need your interruption. You stir waking, even intention. You can't always make folks happy. You'll show them. Seeing can be difficult, but it's vital. Even if it's too much, keep telling the truth. Because only clarity, unsettling as it may be, can lead to true change. 6th, you are their social media persona. Everyone else is presenting their best self to the world. The precise position, filtered smile, and carefully prepared words that convey plenty but show nothing. They fake authenticity to manipulate how others see them. You embrace reality, thus you don't need a stage or script. You don't fake it for the camera or praise. It's your essence. Your unfiltered energy makes people uneasy in a manner they can't articulate. Like you've taken off their masks without trying, revealing their fissures and actions. Their carefully crafted identities feel flimsy, making them apprehensive. Not only does your presence challenge their image, their filters and facades seem meaningless. Your essence isn't a show, therefore they can't influence or outshine you. A force. They know they can't misrepresent you. No matter how many selfies or posts they make, they can't replicate your truth. This reality unsettles them. It endangers their performance, the illusion they've built. So, some will secretly admire you, hoping your sincerity rubs off. Your unapologetic mirror will scare others away. Your reality is unfiltered in a world of crafted illusions. You can never fit neatly into their boxes or expectations. You're not merely a person. A revolution against fakery you are. That makes you magnetic and untouchable. 7. They want glory, not gore. Everyone wants to be seen with your prosperity, confidence, and peace. They desire your success without honoring your sacrifice. When you win, they celebrate as if it were theirs. But when you were stuck in the dark, striving, doubting, and fighting invisible battles, those folks were gone. They weren't there for sleepless nights, quiet weeping, and feeling broken and invisible. They seek glory without blood. They want to celebrate your success without seeing the scars. But growth isn't spectacular, often lonely, painful, and messy. You weren't golden awake. It took fire to shape you. Your soul bled and remade in silence. That process is painful, raw, and demanding, so most people avoid it. Those who left you in hard times don't deserve a seat at your table. They wanted the crown, but didn't assist you carry it when it counted. You've learnt to protect your energy and recognize nighttime and daylight visitors. True support isn't only spectator cheers. It's supporting you in the trenches when others won't. Not everyone should wear your crown, and that's okay. Only those who survived the storm saw your light. Anyone else? Watch from afar while you wear your earnings. True, authentic, yours. 8. Your spirit has secret codes. You weren't sent here for likes, following, or public favor. Your objective isn't popularity or conformity. You were sent precisely, like a signal for specific recipients. Not everyone can access your spirit's encrypted codes, wisdom, energy, and truth. They're meant to awaken, confront, and change ready souls. Because of this, you naturally repel those seeking comfort or superficial ties. You're not supposed to be everyone's favorite or party animal. Your energy filters noise from sincere seekers. It repels distractions, shallow connections, and surface seekers. The few that tune into your frequency ignite your spirit. You awaken previously unconscious elements of their psyche. You unlock undiscovered potential and destinies. You feel lonely and misunderstood because of this. Not a defect or curse. If your cause requires more resonance, it will happen. You weren't meant to please everyone or blend in. Your codes are too complex, sacred, and powerful for most people. Don't waste time attempting to please everyone. Those who perceive your divine technology are your true influence. Though rare, those connections matter most. Because your purpose isn't quantity. Quality, depth, and precision matter. You were chosen because of that. To carry what others can't, reach who others won't, and alter what others don't see. Number 9. Performance addicts don't understand your value. People with performance-based self-worth don't get your value. How people act, what they achieve, and how others see them determines their worth. They're always trying to impress others by checking boxes or playing roles. You don't do that. It's not necessary to perform, impress, or create an image to exist. You live in presence, a strong sense of being. Your value comes from who you are, not what you do. Because it goes beyond likes, titles, and honors, this essence cannot be measured. Sensed, not seen. It's energy, not fun. That's dangerous in a world concerned with identity as a commodity. Performance addicts see you as a puzzle. Their attempts to limit you, cage you in, or push you into their system of worth fail because your power comes from sincerity, quiet, and reluctance to seek external validation. You know you're enough without applause. You may prove everything without proving anything. Many find you threatening and confusing because you challenge their worldview. They can't understand value without effort or achievement. That's your secret strength. You show people there's more to life. Where being trumps doing. Where presence is more important than performance and true worth is innate. That's why you were chosen. Number 10. They want your enthusiasm, not limits. People don't adore you. They enjoy your enthusiasm. They want your light, positivity, strength, and ability to make things better just by being around. This is the catch. They demand unlimited energy on their terms. When you set boundaries, say no, protect your space, and guard your time, people get uncomfortable. Your status becomes chilly, distant, or unavailable. Like your self-respect is a crime. Your boundaries are not walls to keep them out. They don't understand. These gates keep empty hands from draining your essence. You now realize that your energy is valuable and shouldn't be wasted on unappreciative people. Saying no doesn't mean rejecting. You're rejecting soul currency abuse. They like to say you've changed or don't care, but you've simply learned who deserves your presence and who doesn't. You no longer pour from an empty cup to please others. Your limits shout, "I am valuable. I am not here to be taken for granted." This fact is jarring because it requires respect, not admiration. Many are unprepared for such responsibilities. Your energy is wanted without responsibility. You know better now. Your essence costs money. Your borders indicate who can eat and who must starve. That's not cold. That's clear. That's why you were chosen. Number 11. Wounded people don't bond. You bond by aligning. Many believe shared hurts bring people together. From sharing suffering, from bonds over wounds and broken bits. Like a club, everyone wears a badge of suffering, and shared tragedy binds connections. But that's not your style. Pain doesn't establish your bonds. Forged in alignment purity. You want sacred, intentional, and powerful connections. It's not about condoning prior pain or matching wounds. The key is to recognize when energies match, souls speak the same language, and there's an unspoken awareness that this partnership will elevate, expand, and line with your deepest truth. If it doesn't seem divine, bring serenity, clarity, or growth, it leaves your life. This scares people because you refuse to settle for superficial intimacy disguised as true connection. Dysfunctional or painful relationships don't fit your schedule. You don't bond over emotional upheaval disguised as closeness. Your relationships need sincerity, purpose, and a spiritual connection beyond hurt stories. Many trauma bonders confuse your high standards for coldness or aloofness. You're refusing to compromise connection by settling for less than soul-level alignment. Not harsh. Sacred. That's why you were chosen. Because you value true connection that surpasses pain. Number 12. Your soul, not social plan. You can't be copied like a marketing effort or viral trend. You're a soul, a living force that goes beyond most people's games. You don't conform to scenes, cliques, or social norms. Instead, you are the scene, a unique and powerful presence that defies boxing. Others seek followers, likes, and transitory approval. Your spirit differs. No beauty or popularity competitions matter to it. Image and branding aren't important to you. Instead, you're making something sacrosanct. An altar, not an algorithm. Your energy encourages people to pause, contemplate, and connect rather than browse and consume. Those who follow trends and methods find you mysterious. They use their limited playbook to decipher you. but your frequency is on another wavelength. You confuse them by refusing to be formulaic or strategic. Social media stats and cultural trends don't define you. You are rooted in eternal truth and spiritual depth, above the cacophony. Your essence shouldn't be sold or copied. It must be experienced. That's why you were picked to remind the world that some souls are built for the calling, not the mob. Your soul, not social plan. Number 13. Without saying anything, you disrupt their comfort zones. Your presence is a silent revolution. You can shake people without speaking. Your energy reveals their comfort zone's flaws and sections they'd rather ignore. Your presence challenges them to wake up and take responsibility for their spiritual growth without accusing or arguing. That's too much for many. Instead of facing the issue, they take the easier way, avoiding your reflection. They'd rather leave. Talk or make up stories about you than face the hard facts you bring. You're powerful and scary because you shatter their complacency without speaking. It's not about fighting. Living with knowledge and integrity automatically dispels stagnation. It's impossible to ignore your foundation of truth. When others witness your clarity, they must face their underperforming aspects. They may talk behind your back or denigrate you as a defense. They're afraid of your mirror because it shows them what they don't want to see, which is why they avoid you. Not because you did anything wrong, but because your existence requires honesty and maturity most aren't ready for. This is why you were picked to be the spark that shakes the foundations without words. Number 14. You're sent for the remnant, not everyone. You're not here to please others or blend in. You serve the remnant and have a specific mission. The leftover isn't about popularity or numbers. Quality, depth, and readiness matter. These are the few who can face truth without fear, who see beyond illusions and awaken to what most ignore or deny. Like a spiritual assassin, you expose lies and deliver truth precisely. The role isn't meant to please everyone. Dismantling people's comfy illusions makes it nearly impossible to be liked by the masses, which is why so many want you. They feel your strength, light, and vitality. They don't always meet you halfway. Only aligned, enlightened, and daring people can hold space for you. These people don't mind harsh realities. Challenge the current quo and they don't flee. Your frequency matches their desire to break free from falsehood and walk into real power. Being accepted by everyone doesn't define you. Being indispensable to the few souls who realize your value and purpose. You were coded for a deep and special reason. Therefore, appealing to everyone would dilute your strength. You weren't made for many. You were picked because you were sent for the remainder. Because the world needs you where it hurts, not comfy. Absolutely. This lengthier, more layered and dramatic ending brings everything full circle with clarity, emotional depth, and spiritual resonance. Let this be the loud, irrefutable confirmation you've been waiting for. You're not for everyone. Nothing wrong with that. Divine signature. Never blend into the hubbub or wash down your identity to be accepted. You were born with a frequency, fire, and mission few will realize, resonate with, and achieve. They wanted your light, not reality. They wanted your energy, but not your limits. They liked your power until they couldn't control it. You stayed through it all. You maintained a positive attitude, spirit, and standards. It's not ego, spiritual excellence, break false comfort. Without saying, you challenge illusions. Only your presence reveals others' spiritual laziness. They sometimes leave because of that. Let them. You're not here to feed egos or embellish fantasies. You aim to awaken spirits, activate truth, and create something unfakeable. True connection, divine alignment, eternal purpose. Chosen ones don't need public love. Your task was to find the remainder. Because they carry their own light, they don't require you to shrink or feel big. Their spirits will stir when they hear your words. Only those matter. You're not for everyone, but you're everything to your recipients. That's more powerful than world approval. Keep glowing. Keep walking. Stay true to yourself without apology, delusion, or compromise, as your presence is not a show, it's calling. Whoever can't handle that wasn't intended to. Period. If this message touched you, share it. Subscribe to join a community of enlightened people on this journey. Like the video to support and help other chosen ones discover this truth. Comment below with your views, experiences, or hello. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. Together, we awaken and shine brighter than ever. Bless you.